All right, I'd like to welcome all of you to another Tech Mini session here at Chisago Lakes Middle School. In this session, I'd like to answer the question on how to embed YouTube videos into PowerPoint. If you've ever found yourself having to switch from PowerPoint to another application, such as an internet browser, to show a YouTube video, maybe you've experienced a sense of the presentation being disjointed or not so smooth. If you ever had to present PowerPoint at a staff meeting and you had to switch applications to show the YouTube, or you had to click on the link that you put on the PowerPoint screen and you had to wait for the connection, there's always that hesitation or interruption in the flow, and possibly embedding the YouTube directly into PowerPoint can help solve that problem and make your presentation go a little bit more smooth. Well, this session is specifically designed for PC users. If you're a Mac user, we'll try to get out another tutorial on how to embed YouTube videos. In the Mac version, it's a slightly different process. All right, in order to take full advantage of this tutorial, I would encourage you to have the following ready. And remember, as you watch the tutorial, feel like you have control of the pace of the session. Pause at any time to gather yourself, to write some things down, or to try something immediately. And to do so, I suggest that you have a piece of paper ready to jot some notes down, and have an internet browser open. I'm using Internet Explorer, but you can choose Google Chrome or whatever you'd like. And of course, I think you should have PowerPoint 2010 open so that if you want to pause the video and try something immediately, you can go right to that. So maybe this would be a good time to pause the video and get those things ready, and I'll join you in a bit. All right. Before we head right in, I'd like to just quickly talk about some ways for you to move between applications in order to take advantage of this tutorial. And what I'd suggest is either using the bottom part of your screen where the applications are available down there, or using the minimize button and turning on another application. Or if you have never tried the window key and tab key combination, when you hold down on the window key and then tap the tab key, that will move you through the different applications. If you've never tried that before, I'd suggest doing it. It might be something that you like, or maybe it's not something you'll do, but at least give it a try. And perhaps you want to pause the video now to try that as well. Okay, I'm going to use the minimize button just to show you that I have YouTube in the background. I have another tab open where you probably went to open this tutorial, and to add a tab so you can have another page open in Internet Explorer, there's a button here for new tab, and it's similar looking for Google Chrome. So I'm going to have YouTube in the background, and I'm going to move back and forth between YouTube now and PowerPoint. Let me get back there. Okay. Well, first of all, we need to know about the Insert tab in order to embed a video. And the Insert tab is up here. And this is what you use to insert different media into a PowerPoint slide. Now on your piece of paper, I would encourage you to draw the symbol for the video tab, or excuse me, the video command, and maybe jot down that we need to use video from website to embed the YouTube code. I have my students make little sketches of certain buttons that we'll use a lot, just a way to help us focus in. All right, I'm going to open up the video tab. It's right here. Excuse me, the video button. And I'm going to hold down on the triangle. And then you see that it says video from file, video from website, and clip art video. For this lesson, we're going to choose video from website. But before I go on that, I need to go to YouTube and find a video. So I'll minimize. Now I've already queued up a video called How to Embed a YouTube Video into PowerPoint 2010. And this is what I do a lot when I have a question regarding technology. I'm not sure of the answer. I'll sometimes or often go here and see if there's a tutorial on what I'm trying to figure out. Now, it's interesting that this video deals with some other things we're going to talk about later, and I was reading through the comments here about one of the troubleshooting things we'll have to go through. But for now, I'd like to have you pause this tutorial and go to YouTube and look for a clip or a video that you might possibly use in your classroom in the near future, or maybe something that you'll use for a presentation at a staff meeting. So go ahead, take some time, see if you can find something that you can use at least for practicing this tutorial. All right. Well, I'm going to show you how to take the embed code out of YouTube and place it into PowerPoint. So I'm going to scroll down, and you want to look for the word share. And I'm going to click on share, and then you look for the word embed. Now here's the embed code, but before you go too fast, pay attention to the video size. I prefer usually the 640 by 480, or sometimes even larger, depending what I'm doing. So I'll make sure I choose that. And then before you copy that, make sure you take a look at these boxes. I usually uncheck the show suggested videos from when the video finishes, just to make sure that maybe something inappropriate doesn't pop up at the end of the video. And then make sure, absolutely check the box that says use old embed code. And then I'm going to copy the code, and I'm going to press Control-C for copy. And then I'm going to go back to PowerPoint. So I'm going to go down here and click on my PowerPoint application that's hiding in the background. And I'm going to switch to this slide. And now I'm ready to embed the code. So I go up to the video command, and I choose video from website. And now you see where you're supposed to paste the video code. And I'm going to go Control-V, V as in Victor, for the paste. And then you would think that we are done, but I think because of recent updates, there is a problem currently that has to be taken care of before we do this. So let me show you this. I have a slide prepared to show you. So just to magnify this a little bit. So here's our embed code. And recently, if you didn't delete something out of this code and press insert, the video wouldn't play. There would be a message saying that Adobe Flash has to be updated. Well, clicking on Adobe Flash needing to be updated doesn't work. So what we have to do, the fix is to delete something called version equals 3 in the code. And it's right here, and it's also right here in the code. It's in two places. And you need to be careful not to select any more than version equals 3, and make sure not to select any less. Just exactly what you see there, version equals 3 in the two places in the code. I'm going to go back to my previous slide and go video from website again, Control-V for paste, and I'm going to look for version equals 3. Be very careful here, and I'll delete that one. And delete that one. Unfortunately, we have to do this step now in order for the video to play. And then I'll click Insert. It'll take a second or two for it to load in. Or longer. Usually it doesn't take this long. And there it is. Now I'm going to stretch it over my YouTube graphic there. And I'm just dragging the sizing handles to make the video a little bit larger. I could have picked a larger size when I was at YouTube, I suppose. And now to preview this to make sure it works, there's a green triangle in the top left corner. And so I'm going to click on that to preview it. And I'm just going to verify that it's going to play, and press play here.
Hi everybody, this is...
Okay, and that's obviously working. Another way you could test that out is to go up to Slideshow and choose Play from Current Slide. And you could see it full screen. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just showing you that's something you could try. Okay. Well, now if yours doesn't play, I would suspect that maybe you didn't get both version equals 3s out of the code, or maybe you selected too much or too little. And this works fairly well if you take those two pieces of the code out. All right. Well, that's how you embed a YouTube video directly into PowerPoint 2010. Stay tuned. We'll have more videos coming up on PowerPoint, especially for Mac users. And I encourage you to keep visiting CLMS Technology Workshops, sign in as a guest, or use your name and password. And our next tutorial will be on inserting screenshots into PowerPoint. So I'd encourage you to take a look at that. And please fill out the response survey. Just fill that out. It's only about 10 questions, and it just helps us plan for future technology mini sessions, and it just helps us to serve you better. So thanks for watching.